Guys, it's Zach and welcome back to my channel. If you can see, I look like trash right now. It's because the corona is getting to me and I need to shower. But I decided I've kind of left you guys on like red for like the last 2 days and you're probably like, what do I do after I chain and I slip knot? Well, I got you. Just to restate, this is the second part of my video series or whatever. And this is after you do a slip knot, after you make a chain, and this is adding onto the chain and basically pursuing outwards to make a blanket. To be honest with you guys, this is probably like the 5th time I've recorded this because there's so much vocabulary. So if I'm confusing in any way, just text me, Facebook message me, DM me, and I will try to answer any of your questions. So you're going to take your hook and you're going to wrap it in that slip knot. And instead of going and making another chain or making your chain longer, you're going to pretend that you're making your chain longer, wrap it around, and then you're going to look at your chain. You're going to find the next hole going back towards the direction of where your chain is. You're going to find that hole closest to the slip knot. And you're going to put your hook through that hole. As you can see, you can't really see the holes. Sometimes you just need to kind of like guess and kind of just jab at your chain. If it seems like you missed the hole, you will see it with the stitches that we're making, and you can just literally pull and unravel it. That's the one great thing about crocheting that I forgot to mention in my first video. If you mess up, or if you try something new and you don't like it, you can literally just pull the yarn and it will come out. It's amazing, but also scary because sometimes you work so hard and your cat gets a hold of your blanket and you're like, Sonny, why? But, so again, you're going to chain 1. You're going to find that next hole in your chain and just jab it through. Now, instead of chaining going on the outside like we've been doing, this is a rare case. You're going to instead go inside and wrap around and hook the yarn and hold the chain and pull through. Then you will have 3 loops on your hook. Now I'm going to do it again. You're going to chain 1, find that hole, kind of just have to jab it through. And now, instead of outside, go inside and hook that yarn, pull through, and you should have 3 loops on your hook. Now, the next part, instead of going inward like we just did, that was that rare instance, you're going to do it like you were doing before when you were making the chain. You're just going to go on the outside and chain 1. Bring it through 2 of the loops. Again, outside, and bring that new loop through 2 of the loops. And then you should have 2 on the hook. Chain another one and pull through those last 2. Now, I'm having difficulty because I went too tight. That's another thing. You don't want to do this too tight because you're going to literally pull the yarn. You won't be able to get it through the holes. You got to be gentle. Okay. And then it will start making a little stitch. And this is called, in the US, a double crochet. And in the UK, because I've watched some videos too, it's called a treble, I believe. So then we're just going to keep going. And instead of going in that same hole, we're going to go in the next hole in the chain. Again, over. You're going to chain 1, find that hole, then go inside, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on the chain. You're going to chain 1, bring it through 2 of the loops, then you'll have 2 on the hook, chain another, bring it through. again. Now you're just going to go for the next hole in the chain. And as you can see, it's making little stitches. And this would be the start of a blanket. So you're going to go around, find that hole. Again, sometimes you can't see it most of the time if you're using fluffy yarn, which I recommended, which maybe I shouldn't have, but whatever. I started with fluffy yarn. You just got to deal. You're going to pierce through it. Instead of the outside, inside, hook that yarn, pull through. You have 3 on your chain. Chain 1, or hook it, pull through 2 of them. You have 2 on your chain. Chain another one, or on your hook, chain another one, and just tighten it. Now don't tighten it like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Just pull a little. Now I'm just going to fill this chain out, and if you want to pause the video, I'll meet you at the end of your chain. And you just keep going and go through the holes, or go find the other holes and just keep going. Okay, and now when you get to the end of your chain, you're just going to do the last one. And then you got your chain. Cool. And if it starts curving, it's because you've pulled it too tight. For example, I pulled it too tight, but as you go through and add your next row, sometimes you can pull it back and kind of even the weight out, I guess. So then after you do your last one on the chain, your last one, you're going to want to chain 1. So just go outside, pull through, and now here's the fun part, switch it back around. And then you're literally just going to go on top of the chain you just made and do the exact same thing. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You're just going to want to keep building it, building it, building it. It's kind of like Jenga, I guess, like building on top of stuff. Or not Jenga, Tetris. Ugh, stupid. Yeah, and you're just going to want to keep on building it, go through, then hook one, and then turn it around, hook one, and let me go get my blanket just to show you guys how it works, or how it will look at the end. So here's the blanket that I just did, and this was my first chain, and I worked through the first row, and I got to the end. Now this is really long. I got to the end, and I had to chain 1, go to the next row, and just keep going back down. And we'll just start making little blocks. The one thing also, now you're going to have that excess yarn from the start of your chain. Now I would recommend just putting a knot and just pushing that knot down just so it doesn't come undone. And then you can just cut it off. Or if you want, you can work this in to your chain. But I just cut them off. So yeah, that is basically the start of your chain, the start of your blanket, the start of your crocheting skills. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys want me to show you anything else, just message me. Yeah. For example, wait. This is a new blanket I've been working on. This is called the basket weave. Now this takes a lot more time. And then, if you can see, on the end, I did these little, what would you call it? It's called a Celtic weave, or Celtic stitch, but I like to think of it as X's. Yeah. So, if you want to learn that, just message me. Basically here for you guys. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. DM me, Facebook message me. See you around.